So growing up in high school, one of the things that I looked forward to every summer was going down into the US and going to basketball camps so I could learn and get better each summer. One of the camps that I went to often was the Syracuse Orangemen basketball camp. It's called the Jim Boeheim Big Orange Basketball Camp. And I really looked forward to that because growing up, Syracuse was the team that I watched the most, and it was the team that I cheered for in the NCAA. The first year that I went to the Syracuse Big Orange basketball camp, I got connected with one of the coaches who is Coach Mike Hopkins. I knew who Mike Hopkins was because he was a player for the Syracuse Orangemen and later became an assistant coach with the Syracuse Orangemen. He is now the head coach of Washington University. So I got connected with him through an extra skill session. So we had the option of going and participating in these extra skill sessions to learn things that were done outside of the station developments. At that extra skill session, I connected with him. He talked about different things I needed to work on outside of what he was presenting that day. And he actually became my coach for the week while I was there that first week at Syracuse's Big Orange basketball camp. After a week of being coached by Coach Hopkins, we got a report card at the end of the week that detailed the things that we did well, the things that we need to work on, and there was just a few coaches' comments at the end of the report card. And in the coaches' comments at the end of my report card from Coach Mike Hopkins, I was told that I need to work on my handle and that I should be able to come back and dribble a la Isaiah Thomas. Not the Isaiah Thomas that played for the Celtics and then the Cavs and now plays for the Lakers, but the Isaiah Thomas that won back-to-back NBA championships with the Detroit Pistons in the very early 90s and late 80s.
Isaiah Thomas, everybody tries to slow him down a little bit. There was Bird, now Seasting picks him up. You'll see Sam Vincent come into the picture.
So that little phrase, to be able to dribble a la Isaiah Thomas, has stuck with me now for over 20 years. I took that and I took it to heart and I said, okay, this is something I really need to work on. So I went to my high school coach and I asked him for some dribbling drills that I could use to develop my handle. He gave me some of the Maravich series, and what I did was I put together a program for 30 minutes each day I would handle the ball. And so I did it in 1-minute segments. Every day for a year, I sat in my basement and dribbled in my basement, watching the clock. And every time the clock changed 1 minute, I would change the drill that I would do. And this is what I used to improve my handle. Over the course of the year, I could really feel myself getting better. I felt my handle getting tighter. I felt more comfortable with the basketball. I felt more reactive to situations that were happening on the fly. I could just really feel myself getting better. At the end of the year, I was really excited to go back to the Syracuse's camp, see Coach Hopkins, and see if he really felt like I had improved. I felt like I had improved. I could see differences in my game, but I wanted to get that measure from the person who had identified that for me. So when I went back to Syracuse that year, I was playing while they were evaluating us and they were assessing who's going to be on what team. And Coach Hopkins made a point of coming up to me and saying, hey, I remember you. I see what you did all year. Good job. And that validation was good enough for me to say, okay, hard work does pay off. And putting in that time and following the direction that he gave me was worthwhile. So the lesson I hope you take from this story is simple. You have lots of people around you who are going to give you direction. What you do with that direction is up to you. But if you're able to listen to that direction that you're given and apply it and work hard towards the goals that people set for you, it will pay off. It is worth the time. So put that time in, listen, and apply.
All right, I hope you found that 60-second lesson helpful and can use it to improve your game. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button down there and visit mybasketballteacher.com to become a student of the game.